to yet another interview of another illuminated, delightful being that I am so overjoyed to cross paths with Kimberly Anderson. Good morning, Kimberly.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
You know, I'm all about women finding their voices, and Belan Machino said, you have to meet Kimberly. And Kimberly not only supports women to find their voices, but she does it through their stories. And there's such innate healing and release of the past so they can become these bright, illuminated leaders that they're meant to be right about now in 2023. So before I introduce you, I just want to honor and congratulate you for the role that you are holding for these emerging women, Kimberly.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's truly an honor.
Well, we had a pre-interview the other day and I was blown away. I can see why you are so successful, your energy and your dedication and the love for the absolute truth of these women to go out into the world. Well, we'll talk about that more later. Let me tell you a little bit more about Kimberly. This is amazing. Kimberly is a writer, life coach, speaker, TV show host, intuitive healer who helps women tap into their power. I mean, that's a pretty amazing full package. That's a big toolkit, Kimberly. She is the recipient of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, Presidential Service Award, Volunteer Award, and United States Congress All Women Rock Award. Red Blazer Award, She Inspires Me Award, Heroes of Change Award. As an intuitive transformational coach and business creative, Kimberly speaks to the soul within, smoothing out energy blocks and emotional ruts. Her coaching begins with inner sovereignty work, teaching women to understand and trust their intuition. So here's the amazing part. She has turned this around to assist and support other women and also to have a successful business platform herself to make this all really work. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to interview you. With your beautiful toolkit, sometimes women have such a right brain mindset, they aren't able to quite deliver it out so that the resources come back to them for support. So she's created a unique and global goddess platform, leveraging women's stories, messages, and businesses to a global audience and changing lives around the world. So I'm just so thrilled to pass it over to you. I do have some questions here, and I'd like to start with Kimberly. Why do you focus on women's stories, telling their own personal story in your work?
I love that question. And thank you for just allowing this conversation. I'm very happy to be here. I feel like it's conversations that are not, we don't have them when we're going through whatever the happening is. We feel like we're so alone and that we're the only ones going through it. And when we start to share our stories, it helps us really step into our power as we're speaking our truth. And every time we share our story, we're like peeling back the layers and we heal on a deeper level and we become more powerful and our voices get stronger. And I love hearing it from the perspective of her, she who went through it, because when you hear her speak or you read her story, you understand what she was going through. You can feel her energy come through that conversation. You can feel her fear. You can feel her, just her mindset, her beliefs, her everything that she is when she went through that. And then you're also able to see and witness this transformation that has taken place because you're talking to the woman that she is today. And that's why I feel like having these ladies share from their own point of view as the victor from what they've gone through, it's transformational, not only for us having the conversation, but the people that get to hear it or read it.
I can only imagine the ripple change in their lives, in their homes. So you take women, women who may not have told their story before, you bring them together in a circle, which is so important. You actually create a group of women so they have that support and they have sessions with you. And so they put their story out there, but the next part is you help them understand that they are a goddess. And that's the part I love, that joyful celebration of their femininity, their empowerment. So tell me, how does that happen in your program logistically?
Logistically, I love this question. Let's see. Well, I already believe completely that every woman is a goddess. And we forget along the way as we've gone through our traumas and our situations. And so this platform, it keeps evolving and creating this space as really a reminder that we are goddesses, not that you weren't and now you are. It's a reminder you've always been. And when we share our stories, we're stepping into our power, we're speaking our truth. When we launch the book and we do book signings and so forth, it's another reminder that we're stepping into our power and we're speaking our truth. And as I have them on the TV show, that's geared more towards business and a little bit of story, but it's another reminder that we're stepping into our power and we're speaking our truth. And oh, by the way, I'm also a businesswoman and I'm an entrepreneur, and or whatever it might be. You could be a dentist, it doesn't matter. We all have a story and we are doing what we're passionate about. And so it's this evolution of self, of us being women and embracing all the things that we are, all the things that we've gone through, because it's all of that that has made us who we are today. And so as the platform evolves and releases and launches all the different pieces of it throughout the year, it's just a reminder that she's already a goddess.
And their story, this story you say actually goes into a book?
Yes. Yes. So you're coming on the virtual summit and you have a conversation with me, just like we're doing right now. And I intuitively drop in and ask the questions, which is why I think these conversations become so rich and life-changing for the goddess herself and for all the goddesses and men that get to read them and hear them. And so then we've taken those and we've turned them into an anthology book, which is #1 best-selling internationally. And we keep adding the different series as we keep moving forward. So yeah, we turn them in a book. We're turning them into audio versions. We have lots of different pieces where your story and your message and your business gets out to a global audience. And we're hitting all different points of not only social media, but ways that we can reach the world.
You know, the old way of empowering women was to talk forever, be a coach, be a psychotherapist. And here you are, you're a publisher, you're an organizer, a sacred circle holder. And I understand you even have a professional composer come in and give them a song.
Yeah,
Tell me about that.
it's magic. It's such an amazing piece of this that, when you're in alignment, things just kind of come in. And so now a professional musician composer, he reads these stories and he composes music for them for each chapter, each goddess's story. And he brings women from all parts of the world to sing. Some are instrumental, and these other goddesses from around the world are playing other instruments to be a part of it. others are coming in and they're singing and they're in different languages, or it's a mixture of languages. And it's just this beautiful representation, this other piece of representation to share out the stories, because we're so touched by music. We're so touched by reading stories. We're so touched by hearing a conversation happen. And we keep coming up and creating new ways to get these messages out there and these stories out there. And we include the song in the book. It's actually connected through a QR code that we include right in the chapter. Underneath the picture of the goddess, we have her, her picture, her bio, her contact information, and then a QR code that has her song, and she could literally click the song and listen to it and read her story. And
So you're even a tech wizard. I mean,
oh,
you
that's not my side.
are probably delegating because you're a good leader and you have a team and you are running a platform. Tell me a little bit about the business collaborators that you work with to accomplish all this for the women in your circle.
So I have people that are working in the back end of things. I was a solopreneur. I was doing it all by myself, and I highly don't recommend that. uh, so I have somebody that helps me work on the back end of things, preparing for the virtual summit and getting all of those pieces in play. And that's a lot of work. And then again, my musician composer, he's working with a team of music studios, other women to sing, and then creating the QR codes for us. We have the whole publishing side of things where we're getting the books edited and the formatting and everything, especially when you're bringing in the QR codes, because that changes everything. And as well as we have they're being translated into French, so we have an entire other side to that, and we're looking at other languages in the future. So that's an entirely other team that we're working on. And then of course, when we do the goddess retreat and things like that, there's just lots of different pieces where I'm bringing in people. And then of course, when we do the audio versions, that's a whole other side to this. So each different thing has different coordinated pieces with outside vendors or collaborators to make this all come to fruition.
You've created a whole city, a whole temple of the people here to help the quiet, reclusive, meek ones become goddesses and singing and talking. And you've done it virtually. So, virtually, and then the part that I really love is you have an in person retreat. And this is where the actual vibrational hearts, the lifetime relationships. Tell me a little bit about the retreat. I hear it's in Sedona this year.
It is. It is. I think a lot of intuitives and women, we all have this incredible, beautiful gift that we often ignore. So we talk a lot about that at the retreat. But I was given this inspiration to create this retreat. And it's 3 very powerful days of community with your sister goddesses. It's 3 days of really experiential activities that we do, helping you to release a lot, remember who you are. There's just so many different pieces and elements that we pull into just being a woman. And that
Beauty.
it's okay to be a woman. We are so full of emotion, and we're told so often that stop talking, stop crying, stop this. We embrace it. It's how we are, it's who we are. And so just allowing that permission to know that it's okay to be a woman gives me goosebumps. And then at the end, we do what I lovingly call my goddess gala. And we put away the yoga pants and we get all beautiful and dressed up, and we just celebrate each other as women. We celebrate each other for who we are, and we honor and I give awards to the goddesses that are on that platform for that series. They actually have another opportunity to speak. I bring them up on a panel and we share a little bit more. And, it's just this incredible transformation and process from when you step onto the platform with me, from our very first conversation and how it unfolds as we go along. And then after our series is ended, we continue to keep talking and launching different things with the platform. And so that's really exciting to me, because just because you've been on the platform with me for, the year, doesn't mean it ends there. We continue to have conversations around the goddesses and empowering women. We continue having the conversation about the different series that we've gone through, as well as all the fun things that like I said, we have tabled for when we get done with series 5 and all the other things that are going to be launched after that. And so really it becomes an evergreen platform, because we're always going to be talking about you and sharing with the world who you are and what you do.
It's a beautiful, empowering, growing platform. So the cycle is a year. And how many years have you done this?
So we're in our 3rd year. I'm just gathering up the rest of the goddesses for the series 3. And I've done the virtual summits and the retreats for many, many years. It just kind of evolved into an entire platform to really push out stories, because I've been in anthologies myself, in, collaboration books, and you do the book and then yay, and it's over.
Yeah.
And then unless you know how to market that book, you know, look, I was in a book, you know. And same with virtual summits. It's, kind of a one and done kind of thing. And there's marketing around that and whatnot. But our goal and purpose is to continually have a conversation about it, all the way from series 1, talking about the goddesses. And what's amazing is, as you even evolve, because we do, you can reestablish what your business is or how it's grown or whatever, even from being in series 1 or a prior series, or even as we move forward afterwards, because I know our businesses evolve and stuff, the platforms evolved, and so I think it's really exciting to see the evolution of us as individuals, us in our growth and expansion, as well as how we interpret that into our businesses. And it's really exciting for me, because I feel like it allows us, well, the word permission keeps coming to my mind. It gives us permission that, yeah, we don't have to be, I did this, so I have to stay in this. It's, I can grow and evolve and change. And I think it's amazing.
I just love how you've taken all these moving pieces and you put it into your soul, your personality, your resonance, and you're doing it successfully. And you're giving women not just one thing, but many things to do. And it just has a cohesive container feel to me that people can rest in and know that your truth and your integrity of why you're doing it supersedes even the platform, and that you're assisting them by modeling that they can also pull creatively together. And it took you a while, wasn't easy. I'm sure many things, sometimes people don't show up or nobody signs up, but after a while you just keep going, you pull the pieces, and there's a certain maturity and presence and timing for your resonance to shine out. And I feel it. And that is why I'm interviewing you today. And I also wanted to know, is there a specific age groups that comes? I will be posting in this video photos of some of the events so people get a sense and feel. But tell me about, there's no perfect client, it sounds, because you're open to all women of all ages.
I think all people are perfect clients for this particular thing. Well, women, you got to be a woman.
Sorry,
A
guys.
woman and plan to stay a woman. That's part of the platform. However, it's women of all ages, all walks of life, all different stories. Because one of the things I talk about is, you know, as a domestic violence survivor, I understand, empathize, and completely can feel how another domestic violence survivor feels and what she went through. But what might help me and resonate with me is maybe somebody that's experienced just being imprisoned by their own mindset or cultural beliefs, or we have women that come on there with stories of rape and suicide and all these different things, and you never know what's going to click for you to help you as the listener or the reader overcome their situation, whether they collapse time in getting out of it or healing from it. And so that's the biggest thing, is how can we share out as many types of stories from as many types of women to let everybody know, all walks of life around the globe, we all go through this stuff and we've got you.
And
We're
there are so many shades of female victimization from ourselves, from each other.
yeah.
And my next question was, but I think you already addressed it. By having been in an abusive relationship and having had the muscle and navigation skills, you are holding what I call an archetype of the possibility for that to be fully healed and to move past it and to be joyful and successful. So we're not going to go back to that story. We're not going to anchor in and hear all the juicy details. Enough about that. But I do believe that you are serving in that way because you are holding that resonance, that hope, that inspiration, and the proof positive to move through it. People feel that in your voice. I'm a voice specialist, and I know that voices are a calling card, and people will say, she's been through what I'm tentatively navigating now or just finished. And these people come together and grow and glow as they wouldn't in some other tribe.
Yeah.
So that most women, you're right, most women have gone through that sense of less than damage, you know, abuse, all sorts of levels. So let me ask you this. If you looked into a magic ball 5 years from now, which means you may or may not have been doing this for 8 years, who knows, take on a collaborator, partner, do something bigger, graduate, what would be your dream vision of yourself in 5 years from now, which would be 8 from the beginning you started this program?
Series 5 would be wrapped up. We have at that point, I guess, launched some of these really big pieces that are tabled right now, and creating events, I'll say events, that are global, to where all of our goddesses can be a part of this event,
Yes.
and touch as many lives as we can. And by then we'll have, you know, some of the, I'll just say it like this, some of the all the deliverables that we do throughout the platform are given to the goddesses, so they can also use that in their marketing, but we'll compile them in a way to where at these other things, once we're done with series 5, it will continue being the conversation, like, here you are, this is what you've been through, but this is who you are today, and it's okay. And our reach will be a household name. Every
Absolutely.
woman will wake up in the morning going, I'm a goddess. I can do this. I've got this. Even if it means she gets out of bed, keeps her pajamas on and gets down and, binge watches TV or whatever she feels like doing, and know that it's okay unapologetically. That's the household name.
And I'm envisioning cross-pollination. Why couldn't your group go to, say, the Goddess Festival in Glastonbury and
Mhm.
all dress up and present and dance and take that imprint and have an exchange? Of course, that's my bigger, I call it the sword template, sounding our authentic resonance, circles of tribes overlapping and traveling and meeting until everyone is full of every vibration of
Mm.
leadership, sustainable living, the healing arts, and we've created an entirely new fabric of existence on the planet through the feminine. And I
Definitely.
see you as a major weaver of this beautiful netting, Miss Kimberly Anderson.
Thank you. You're giving me chills.
Well, it's where we're headed. It's why we're talking today. We're going to be leaders. We're going to be on the stages. So we have to come out of our houses and be in a group like yours and write our story with our knees clicking. And then remember, I'm a fucking goddess. Why have I been playing it small? And to the point where, well, I don't care what other people think because I'm a creative a pattern breaker. I'm a change maker. I'm
Yeah.
here to be big and to create. And
Yes.
you give them the safety and the place and the love and the comfort to do that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's truly my honor. It really, really is. It fills me with joy, even when I get off conversation, our first conversation for the virtual summit. And I'm just like, I'm so full. Sometimes we're snot crying and it's okay. Sometimes the cats walk by or the dog's barking. I don't edit those because I want it to be truly, truly real and raw and authentic. And it's magic. It's
Yeah,
truly just
you
magic.
can't sugarcoat the stories. And your authenticity, you're a lot like Shiloh Sophia. You are who you are. You're here. You're a great goddess. And here it is. You're not trying to put one over, be perfect, or
Imperfect. Imperfection
imperfect.
is perfection.
My friend Sahar says, don't let imperfect get in the way of progress.
Amen.
Yeah, amen to that. So I will be writing how people can connect with you, but you go ahead. I want you to say the name of your program, um, and how people can contact you, and then I'll write it below as well. But go ahead, share
Thank
that.
you. So the program is actually called Unleash Your Inner Goddess, and all the different pieces are variations of that name. The books are called Goddesses Among Us. Uh, so there's just a lot of different fun elements that we've created names for. And you can get a hold of me through Facebook. I'm all over Facebook. You can get a hold of me on my website, which is KimberlyACoaching.com. Yeah, Facebook's probably the fastest way to find me. And I can even leave my email. I can send you over my email. It's KimberlyCAnderson5@gmail.com.
I love it that you're global and accessible at the same time. You know, as we're speaking, more and more birds are coming, and I always think that birds are angels. Can you see that bird feeder? I don't know. Lots of birds are fluffing around. Oh, come on, you guys. I guess I'm not too good at angles here, but
I
they're
can see the bird.
definitely, can you see birds there?
Oh, yes, I see movement. Yes,
Oh, there you go. They're
that's
just,
awesome.
they're flying in and out, and I think
We're calling them in.
birds are angels. They're everywhere in the backyard since we started this talk. So Kimberly, blessings on your work. I'm so happy to share this with the community, the SOAR community, and I hope to talk soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Much love.
Ciao.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.